Sammy, you are wrecking the car. Shut up. Sammy, what are you doing, my friend? Shut up.
I've been playing my summer car for a long time. I tried everything in it. Even I installed E30 mod and tried to fix it, rebuild it, compete in a race, and win it. Not gonna lie, I really enjoyed the game. I told myself, why not trying this in real life? Finally, in this day, Tuesday 23 July 2024, I've been waiting for this from a long time to get my own project car, the BMW E30. You know guys, enough from the games and let's try something real. On the first day, we went to inspect the car and after that we finished the contract. We took the car back home and that's not it. We have a lot of things to do. So the first step, we need to change the certificate of registration with my name on it. Second step, we gotta do insurance for the car because it doesn't have one. Third step, fixing the car. Fourth step, fixing the car. Fifth step, fixing the car. And the last thing, we gotta pass the car inspection. You think that's over? Stay tuned what's after. The next day after getting the car, I went to technical agency for land transport to change the certificate of registration. So it will be officially my car. So I took a number, filling few papers and waiting for my turn. I thought I didn't forget any important document. He was checking the papers and he told me I need to submit this authorization paper in a different place. From 15 minutes work, it took me 2 hours, but at the end we did it. First quest finished. Now it's time to look for insurance company that will accept my car. We went to the first company called Lloyd. They didn't accept it. You know why? Pause the video, write in the comments what's the reason for not accepting it. So the reason is it's an old car. Not sure if the other countries have the same reason. It's a car, you know, 4 wheels. It does work. Let's say it does. Yeah, it does work. Anyway, I went to the second company called GAT. Same answer, it's an old car. I went to the third and fourth insurance company and it was the same shit. But Astri, it was my last option in that day. Finally, they accepted my shitbox but wasn't cheap insurance. This process took me 4 hours. Now we can drive the car safely without getting bothered by the cops. Nah, that's a cap. They're gonna bother me because still didn't pass car inspection. To finish that, we gotta fix the car first or I will not even pass it. So I got first rendezvous with the car inspection while we fixing it. I will need it when I drive the car because police, if they pull me over and they don't see car inspection sticker, they will ask why your car still didn't pass car inspection. And the only answer is, I just got the car and I need to fix it. And this is my rendezvous. The cop will leave me continue with no warnings and fines. From here guys, we finished the second quest. The third quest, fixing the damn car.
What's this? We buy jump. Oh man. What's wrong with my car?
Let me give you a tour on this car and show you the things we gotta fix. First of all, we need to replace the windshield because this one is cracked and I can't pass the car inspection with it. Same for the taillights. I gotta remove the wrap and check if they are broken or not. I got tons of electric issue on this car. To drop down the window, I have to connect these two cables next to the steering column. I already have some buttons for it, so it needs to be connected. So I'm keeping it for the electrician. Headlights, indicators, wipers, dashboard, and the horn doesn't work. Cable management is super messed up. We gotta clean this up. According to the spot, the vehicle experienced a huge problem. Overall, the interior is not that bad, but needs a little bit of cleaning and it will look good. Too much dust and dirt. There is some random things inside we gotta remove. From the outside, definitely we gotta fix the front bumper because it's hella messed up. New one is very expensive. Gonna try to recover this and adjust it. We're missing only one bolt on the right front wheel. It's important to redo the side skirts from both sides because they look goofy as hell. Now let's pop up the hood and show you the engine bay. This car had M40 engine before. Now they swapped it to M50 B20. Inline 6 engine is all I wanted. First thing we gotta do, the oil change. And I did notice that the car leaks oil from the bottom. I think it's a normal thing for a BMW. Am I right? We gotta replace oil pan gasket. I hope that's gonna stop the leaking. Also we gotta change all the spark plugs. And I'll try my best to circle all the problems together so I don't change something that's already good in the car. We gotta drive the car more and the problems will appear one by one. That's a typical BMW car. Right now, let's check the taillights real quick. But before we do that, I will remove that piece behind the license plate because it doesn't fit at all. Okay, now let's remove the first wrap on the right tail light. This one has few cracks and it was broken from the indicator side. Let's go and check the left one. Same for the left one, like has few cracks, but this one is not broken. I was expecting the worst for the both tail lights, so for now I don't think I'm gonna replace them. I'm gonna keep it. I gotta spend my money wisely. While I was doing this, my brother helped me and made some space for the buttons. When we finish installing all the cables, I can drop them right here. The next day, I made a mistake for letting the battery on because I found it completely dead. There is something dry in it. Not sure what's the issue. I took it to someone who can charge it, and she got back alive. I went to electrician to check ignition coils and spark plugs, if it's in good condition or not, and found out I need to change all spark plugs. Some of them a little bit drowned in the oil, so we need a new valve cover gasket for the M50. 2 ignition coils are bad because the car literally works for a cylinder. The electrician changed the position of 2 ignition coils from this to this. I took it for a test drive and the car feels slightly better, but still I gotta change 2 ignition coils so the car work more properly, and you can hear the misfire. The M50 makes around 150 horsepower, but it felt like around 80 horsepower, or it could be less. I went back home. While I was parking the car, I did notice the radiator spitting all the coolant. That's not a good sign, but all the issue was we needed to swap the radiator cap with a new one, and that's the reason. So for the next day I bought all the things I needed: 6 NGK spark plugs, valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket, radiator cap. If you hear this, that's not good. Now we're gonna swap it with a new one and you can hear the difference. This is a good one, but for the ignition coils was very expensive. I'll be looking in a different place like Facebook Market. So I went to mechanic to change all the parts that I bought. I've been testing the car for a while and the leaking didn't stop. A new problem appeared. Clutch completely died, and because of it I missed the car inspection appointment. My brother had to tow me with his car to mechanic because I can't shift no more. My big bro helped me a lot in this build, big shout out to him. The next morning I got a call from a mechanic. He told me I need 3 new parts. Yes, more money to spend on the shit box. We need a new clutch desk, oil shield, and a clutch receiver. This specific part is cracked and I couldn't find it in the shops. Same for the small plastic piece. I gotta be looking in the junkyards or mechanics that fix only BMW. I know one and I was so lucky to find these 2 parts that I'm looking for. Went back to mechanic with the new parts, he sold them, and the next day I took it back home. Do you think that's over? Of course not. You forgot that we had some electric issue? So I went to the electrician to fix the issue, and the reason why my battery dies when I keep it on, because of one single relay that keeps working even I turn off the car. So all he had to do is connect this relay with one fuse. When I turn on the ignition it will work. I thought everything is okay until I parked my car inside the house and the wheel disconnected. I just find out the steering column not connected with the steering rack. I was so lucky to not crash this car. The next week I was trying to do a U-turn. I was turning my steering wheel and the front wheel's not turning at all. This time is different. That's how steering wheel should look like, but mine looks like this. It's literally super smooth to see afterlife. Bro, I always thank God I wasn't going fast because that can end up badly. And I missed another appointment because of it. Just to let you know, every car inspection appointment, it costs money. Oh man. Somehow this car, when it gets closer to the appointment, like something breaks. So I'm gonna call this car the cursed one. After I saw my wheel, I had to get this used wheel in a bad condition. It was so dirty and I think some rat did eat it. So that's not a big issue because it was cheap. We can fix it to look brand new. It's even more safe to drive the car now. Me and my brother, we continued fixing headlights, wipers, and we installed the horn and new dashboard. But it has some issue. It doesn't show how much fuel I have, but when it gets slow, the light will turn on. That's a good sign to refuel the car. Speedometer jumping around and the RPM gauge doesn't work. Maybe you thought I forgot about the 2 ignition coils. Nope, we didn't. I went again to the same Beamer mechanic to test out the 2 used BMW ignition coils that he has, and the results was amazing. The car runs much better. When I accelerate, you can feel the M50 power. The car was misfiring before and now runs smoothly. We fixed most of the stuff on the E30, few things left to finish. Now I can set up new appointment for the car inspection. This is literally the 3rd time. It's time to take care of the bumper. My brother showed me how to use fiberglass to fix the front bumper, like step by step. I learned a lot from my big bro. The most annoying part is sanding the fiberglass after it gets sold, and all the particles in my hand feels like a damn cactus. It stings. I think that's the best way to fix a broken bumper and make it look new. It takes time, but I hope the results will be decent in the end. Do you think, guys, we will pass car inspection or we will fail? Just drop your comments down below. If you think my summer car is a hard game, you better try real life.